Alright, so I'm here in the garage getting ready to charge the AC system on my car. Alright, so got my cans of Freon, my refrigerant. I got my vacuum pump sucking the system down. See, I got it down to just about 30 inches of mercury. Got my scale. I think I'm all ready set to go. I've had this is I think the third or fourth time I've had the vacuum pump on. I just really want to make sure I get all the moisture out. It's actually probably really excessive. And it's probably not doing any good since it's like freezing outside and it's probably still too cold to boil off any moisture. But anyways, it makes me feel all warm and bubbly inside, so we're gonna get going with this. You know, it's like I said, it's like 13 degrees out, so I really need to get my AC fixed. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get started with this. Show you step by step on what not to do, since I have no idea what I'm doing. My first time. Got my hand protection on, my eye protection. I watched another video and the guy said that it could freeze your eyeballs in your hands. That's just no good for anybody, so I don't know. I figured I'd go ahead and give it a try. So anyways, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shut my valves off up here on my manifold. So they're both closed. Shut off my vacuum pump. Go ahead and disconnect my yellow line. Alright. So I'm going to hook my yellow line up to my little valve here on my Freon container. I'm going to take and first I'm going to make sure that that is tight. Which I do believe is tight. This is the type of valve where you got to punch it all the way down. It'll punch a hole in the top of the can. So you can see my second can, it's just a little thing there, you know, you got to punch through it in order to release the Freon. So you got to tighten it down all the way. I do believe that we have punched through. I'm going to go ahead and open that back up all the way. Now we should be good to go. Take my refrigerant, or it's not a refrigerant scale, it's just a little scale I bought. And go ahead and turn it on. I don't even know how to use it, but go ahead and put my can of Freon on. And then I'm going to zero it out. So right now it's reading 0 ounces. And on my car, it has a little tag here. You might have to do more searching than I did. But it says refrigerant charge 134A, 13 to 15 ounces. So I got 2 of these 12-ounce cans. So I'm only, I mean, technically I could probably get away with just 1, but it'd be kind of a light charge. So I'm going to bring it all the way up to right around 15 ounces. Alright, so now what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and just open up both of my high and my low side. And you can hear the refrigerant hissing. And you probably noticed that I didn't purge this line. And I didn't purge it for a reason. I don't know if it's a good reason or not, but I just had the vacuum pump on it, and this line is equipped with Schrader valves at either end, which means that this yellow line here was still under negative pressure in my head. So anyways, you can hear it equaled out, so now we're sitting at like 20 something psi. So now we're going to go ahead and close down the high side, leave our low side open. We're going to go ahead and start the vehicle. We put one ounce in so far. Like I said, it's 13 degrees out, so we want to be smart and sensible about how we do this. So I took my shop vac hose and I've connected it to the tailpipe. Now I'm going to open the door a little bit and stick it under the door and hope that most of the exhaust goes out that way. We'll find out here shortly. I'm going to start her up and I'm going to crank the AC. So some cars, they have a pressure switch on them, and just by, I mean, that little can, it didn't give it enough pressure to satisfy that pressure switch. So normally you could find this pressure switch and override it. I'm not sure where it would be. I think usually they're on like the dryer, but on my car the dryer is built right into the condenser. There's no sensors on it. So what I did was I took and I pulled the AC fuse. I don't know if you'll be able to see that there. AC, or not fuse, relay, my bad. I pulled the relay. You can see I got my jumper in there right now. And it clicked on, so we're up to 3.2 ounces so far, so. Hey, are you making dinner? What a good wife. Isn't she the best? Anyway, so yeah, we're going to let that run out for a little bit and see if we can't put 13 ounces into her. Alright, so that took a lot longer than I thought it would. Finally got it charged up. I got the one full can in, and then a couple ounces out of this one. Just a word of advice: when you're picking out a scale, I'd suggest maybe one that plugs in and doesn't shut off after a minute and a half, because that kind of throws everything through a loop. But especially when you like get busy polishing your toolbox, and you know, you come back and scales off and you have no idea how much is in there. But I mean, it's fairly easy because the cans are marked, and they're 12 fluid ounce cans. So one can was 12 fluid ounces and calls for 15, so I put about 3 or 4 ounces into this stuff out of this can. It did take a lot longer than I thought it would. You know, I thought a couple minutes, you know, bing bang boom, done. But I just shut off the car, and on my little readout, you know, the carputer, it tells you how long the car's been running for. And 2 hours and 10 minutes it's been sitting here idling. So make sure you have enough time to complete this task. Find something in the garage to occupy yourself. Like I said, I was busy polishing the toolbox. Got a nice wax job. So yeah, so now we'll go ahead and disassemble everything here. Figure I'll get this on camera just in case something blows up in my face. Alright, so like I said before, safety first. We're going to throw on our gogs. Throw on our gloves. Make sure our gauges are both
What's that?
closed. Out here talking to myself. Yeah. Okay, you're going to watch it. Make sure nothing blows up in my face too. Make sure my Freon can is off. Disconnect this one. Make sure nothing goes shooting. Make sure you have your caps ready. Sometimes these Schrader valves do leak a little bit. Smells like Freon. That's our high sides off. Low side is off. Now you're all set. You're ready to cool yourself down on a hot summer day. Only a few more months.